Up, a very special treat. Our 8th grade speech will be delivered by Katie Mendel.
Hello, fellow students, teachers, parents, and friends. I'm honored to be standing before you today. I'd like to thank Ms. Goodwin, Mr. Hans, teachers, parents, and Superintendent Daly for helping to bring this graduating class to our final destination in middle school before the many challenges and new experiences that await us in high school. I especially like to welcome and congratulate the 8th grade graduating class of 2008. Has been on my mind since last year, when my friend was honored with presenting hers at graduation. I was thinking about all the possible topics I could talk about, and came up with a few cliché, done-to-death ideas. My first approach was to look up what commencement actually means, the beginning of something new. Going to high school marks the beginning of a new adventure, and no one knows where it'll lead. We've experienced many things through middle school, and believe it or not, we have learned from these experiences. Let's continue this trend. As Lawrence J. Peters said, there's only one thing more painful than learning from experience, and that is not learning from experience. Let me ask you something. Why do you think our teachers encourage us to ask a lot of questions? It's not like we're listening to the answers. Oh, sure, maybe some people are listening, some of the time. But let's be honest here. More often than not, you ask your question, and then your mind wanders. You ask, teacher, what was the significance of the Declaration of Independence? I wonder what's for lunch today. The bell's ringing pretty soon. My phone's vibrating. But don't you realize the answer to that question may be just what you need to know? Sure, we 8th graders think that we know, have experienced everything. But how many of us have taught uncontrollable adolescence? Your teacher's knowledge and experience will become part of you if you just listen. Maybe you'll get a higher grade in participation for asking the question, but for allowing your eyes to glaze over while the teacher is answering won't help you in the long run. This is why I'm telling you, stop and listen. Now, of course, it's different at home. I saw something the other day in the newspaper about the presidential election, and I asked my mom a question about it. I was absolutely all ears waiting for the answer. There goes my phone again. I wonder what's on TV. Did I have any science homework? How many times you ask your parents a question, but you fail to listen to the answer? I'm telling this to myself as much as I'm telling you. Your parents won't always be there to explain everything to you, so I encourage you to stop and listen. You may not think so, but you benefit from your parents' knowledge and experience. As teenagers, you think your parents are, well, dumb. They don't know what they're talking about. But even though it's hard to believe, they do know a little more than you do. They've dealt with bullies, stress, failing a Spanish test, and can help you if you take the time to stop and listen to them. As you start something new like high school, there is always one part that's intimidating and another part that's exciting. A little while ago, I traveled to Washington, D.C. for the Close-Up program. I had never been to another state without a parent before, and I had the choice to make it something truly memorable, to learn from the experience or not. This trip turned out to be an experience of a lifetime. For the first time, I was independent, with the freedom to explore on my own. I learned that it's beneficial to take risks and learn from both good and bad experiences. When you're independent, there's no one to lean on or to hold your hand. The experience made me more mature, and I realized that I am capable of making some of my own decisions. I just need to stop and listen to myself. One day our teachers, parents, and others who we relied on won't be with us anymore to answer our questions. They won't be there to guide us and pick us up when we fall, and that time will be sooner than you think. High school is the time to prepare for that. There are lessons to be learned from your teachers and your parents. They've been there and done that. So take the earphones out and listen while you have the opportunity. Learn from the knowledge and experience of others as well as your own. Every experience, good and bad, makes you stronger. Later on, you'll be more self-sufficient. If you stopped and listened, you will remember what I've talked to you about today. Or is your phone vibrating?